What do you remember about first learning to read and write?
First learning to read and write. I was a youngin. My parents used to always give me these little child books.
The first thing I ever read was this children's book called Brown Bear, Brown Bear. That was like the first thing I ever learned how to read, and my brother taught me how to read it.
But there was one person who read books. I forget who it was, but like every story time they would read books to us and stuff, and I was just real jealous of them, so I learned how to read.
The first time I ever read was during kindergarten, and they would always give us these little paperback books, and I would always read those all the time, and I'd have to write them out too, because there was little parts that you write in. So I'd say kindergarten was the first time that I actually learned how to read and write. How were you encouraged to read as a child, middle school and high school?
Oh, I just told you that stupid person knew how to read like before everyone else and motivated me to do it.
Encouraged to read? Mainly because I had to. I'm not a reader at all. I hate reading, as a matter of fact. I have a lot of it I gotta do now. So it was mainly just assignments that the teachers gave. I knew I had to do them.
There were like puppets and stuff, and they would teach you words and letters, and it's kind of like Sesame Street. So Sesame Street and that too, but those both kind of encouraged me to read more, and they made it fun, so it was more enjoyable for me.
Basically by my brothers, because they always, like, my parents were never very influential, so my brothers always just real smart, and they would just influence me, telling me, you gotta get good grades, gotta go to college, and so.
Did you have block scheduling during high school or traditional scheduling?
Thankfully we had block scheduling.
Block scheduling.
We had block scheduling.
Block scheduling. It was pretty awesome.
When did you have your first real English class?
My first real English class, I would say it would have been maybe our freshman year, and we had to write an autobiography, and that wasn't fun.
My first real English class was 6th grade.
I would probably say 7th grade. 7th grade, that was a tough year.
My first real English class, like probably freshman year, English 1.
How long did your classes usually last with block scheduling?
Depending on the class, I guess. Some of them were like an hour and a half, and others were 40 minutes. So it just depended on like the importance of the class. Like, core classes were usually an hour and a half, and then electives were usually like 40 minutes.
Well, in middle school they were about 45 minutes a class. High school, about the same. Some of them were a little bit longer depending on what class it was. More important subjects like math and science usually were a little bit longer than all the other.
I don't even know, like an hour or so, maybe, unless it was like lunch periods and it was like an hour and a half.
The core classes would be around maybe an hour and a half, just because you have shorter mods but longer time periods to be in those mods, and the electives are probably 40 minutes. How do you feel you benefited from your type of scheduling, and what were some of your downfalls from block scheduling?
Benefited because of my grades, because I had more time to do my assignments and it was spaced out.
I got more time to do homework.
The benefits really outweighed the down. Actually, like, I think about it, I don't really find any downfalls with it, because I mean, maybe you'll forget assignments because you have the class every other day, but I mean, that doesn't happen that usually.
The downfall of block scheduling would have been probably slacking off because of either so much work or activities, then you kind of don't think about fitting the time in to do those assignments. But state your name and your high school.
Josh Lloyd, Canton McKinley Senior High School. The Canton McKinley Senior High School.
My name is Travis Corley, and I'm with the Canton McKinley Senior High School. Go Bulldogs.
What's up?
What school did you attend?
High school or elementary? High school?
High school.
McKinley Senior High School in Canton, Ohio.
My name is Raymond Hogsett, and I went to the McKinley High School. Go Bulldogs.